On the 2nd of June 1953, Elizabeth II was crowned Queen of the United Kingdom and head of the Commonwealth. No expense was spared to mark this great event, a moment which signalled a hopeful new future for Britain.
This was the first good news that we really had. We were coming out of rationing. It was the Queen, this young princess that everybody adored.
There was only a cold water tap,
60.
and it would have been in our scullery, as it was called. But when you're going to school in the morning, you know, unless your mum had boiled your kettle of water, you were washing and everything in cold water.
And no bathroom meant no loo.
The toilet was in the backyard, and it didn't matter what degrees it was in terms of the winter. We had to go out into the yard, and it was all terribly primitive. But you kind of accepted it because that's just the way it was.
With everybody in the same boat, people seemed to look out for each other.
I think there was much more watching out the windows, and you could always tell what neighbours were doing, at least 6 houses either side of the street. And you were aware of your neighbours, and you knew your neighbours usually, and whether it be good or bad, they existed in your life, in your circle.
Just like Churchill's lessons laid an emphasis on the 3 R's of reading, writing and arithmetic, and pupils still wished there weren't any exams. But on the whole, today's students would find the schools of 1952 very different places. At playtime, children were separated, girls in one yard and boys in another.
You were always running. There was so much sort of energy. There would be the occasional fight, but really not much. It was sort of pulling about.
On the 1st of June 1953, the eve of the coronation, London was bursting at the seams with visitors. The crowning of Queen Elizabeth II would truly be the people's coronation. And not just the people of Britain.
That's where I first saw the Gurkhas. I thought it was such a great name. When I had half a slice of bread and cut that into soldiers, I called them Gurkhas because they were very small.
Then came the climax of the ceremony, when the Queen was crowned head of more than 50 lands.
To actually see that was incredible, piece of history.
The end of the ceremony was the signal for people across the country to head into the streets.
It was the kids doing fancy dress, and there'd be a judge come from the local council. Someone would turn up to be the VIP of the day. Everyone would be playing games. You just remember the joy of the coronation.
At many parties, children were given special coronation souvenirs. They were reminders of an extraordinary day and a key moment in the story of modern Britain.